The Earnestly Speaking podcast is a show that is founded on free-flowing conversation and may at times venture into mature subjects. Listener discretion is advised.
Yeah, Earnestly Speaking podcast. Let's get it. I'm a giant in New York, in Miami carry heat. So much more in store, my product can flood the street. Opinion Nation Godfather, CEO. Puff in the late 90s, gon' see me blow. Oh. Got my hustle on, no imitation of that. Army of untouchables, Opinion Nation staff. Never an off season, homie, check the numbers. Heartthrob in my own right, supplying southern comfort. Earnestly speaking, my ego is well fed. Earnestly speaking, you're too evil and no threat. See, I'm like a hurricane, you're a mild breeze. Earnestly speaking, leaving Eli a dynasty.
Welcome to this Earnestly Speaking podcast. I'm your host, Ernest EJ Christian. It is another installment, November installment of Shoot the Shit. Wow, we actually are doing this monthly, and we're 2 for 2 on a consistency basis. It's pretty good. Online, of course, first on Rosalyn and Ross out in Memphis, Tennessee. What's up, Roz?
How are you? I'm worried about you saying that we're doing month to month now. We've managed to do 2. Don't go overboard.
You don't want to say you can do this. I mean, I could do this once every season or once every, whatever, half a year. Up to you.
No, I want to do it. I just don't want to jinx our streak. You can't ever acknowledge.
It's on you. Wait.
You
Wait. You're the one getting famous on us. You don't want to with the heavier schedule. You don't want to have acting gigs and commercial gigs and writing gigs and this gig and that gig. I mean, come on.
Oh, EJ.
And of course,
I love you though. Hi, EJ.
How are you?
Well.
And of course, online, out of I know you're in New York. Where are you right now? Because I know you're on the road. Where are you right now, presently?
Currently, I'm in Long Island. I'm going to approach Queens, go through the Bronx, and end up in my home of Westchester.
All right, so you're no longer Yonkers anymore, right? The place you and your wife got, it's in Westchester.
What happened?
Where you live now is Westchester, right? Where you live now is Westchester, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I live in Westchester now. I was born and raised in the Bronx, but in Westchester for the last, whatever. Pretty much half my life, I split it pretty much. So.
Oh, okay. Is Westchester pretty, like, rich area, or is it, like, more bougie? What is it?
It's better. I don't want to sound like,
uppity?
An elitist, but I don't sound like an elitist, but like...
That's the way you sound every fucking time you're on this call?
Where I live is really nice. It's Hartsdale, New York. I live in a really nice part of Westchester. I'm not trying to say anything, but, I'm a hustler, baby.
Now, Roz, you've been in New York before? You've been in New York before, Roz, right? A few times, I'm sure.
I have, of course I have. What are you saying to me?
Excuse me.
Excuse me.
Some folks don't have it like that. Excuse me.
Wouldn't I have to have been to, like, New York before as a person? Like, isn't that required travel for every human being in the United States?
Well, I'm born there, so I can't speak on that. I'm born there.
How have I never known that? You were born in New York?
You're kidding, right?
I never knew that. I never, ever knew that.
Like, no, you're playing, right? You're not joking around, are you?
Yeah, you know why you never knew that? Because you would never guess that either.
Yeah, I'm born in Brooklyn.
I would never guess that. Correct.
I'm born in Brooklyn. I thought you knew that.
Definitely don't get Brooklyn from you, dude. I never would have guessed that. Oh, my God. I don't laugh, G.
Wait, Roz. I feel like that's a backhanded compliment or something like that. What are you trying to say? What are you trying to say?
I'm only trying to say the one thing, which is that I am surprised.
No, I'm born in Brooklyn.
I'm surprised.
Snyder Avenue.
Yeah.
Next to Utica.
If you had to guess, you would think EJ was from Long Island or Westchester.
Yeah, I'm more uppity, right? Of course. Black dude,
yeah,
part of black dude, uppity, right?
Of course.
When? How long have you been gone?
Well,
I have so many questions.
How long have you been gone?
Damn.
No, not born. Gone, G. How long have you been gone? How long have you been gone?
I left at 9 years old, 89. I left New York at 89, 9 years old.
G, I can't stand you today. We're breaking up.
Damn, that's it.
Damn.
How long have you been gone from there?
From New
Okay,
York?
so you were there till you were 9.
I
Okay.
thought
So I was 9,
cool.
yeah. So I was 9, yeah. And I visited quite often since then, you know, but, you know, I have to say, I'm probably a little more flirty now than ever. I've been here, 31 years now? Whatever it is. How old am I now? 38? So, you do the math there, I've been here 29 years.
Wowza.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I'm a Floridian.
And EJ actually came here and hung out with me for a few hours.
Yeah.
I
It's
remember I heard that story, and I just, when I heard the story, I just sort of pictured him walking around in like a bright colored polo shirt and some really light colored like Dockers,
Me?
looking around all the tall buildings. Like,
Me?
oh, look at
Fuck
this.
no.
Yeah.
Fuck no. Hell no, dude. No. That's definitely ain't me. I mean, I wear that if I need, if necessary, but look, ever since I've settled down and, you know, kids, bro, right now I'm in sweats. I walk around
Right.
with whatever, bro. I'm not one of those. If I gotta dress up, I will dress up, I will kill it, obviously, you know, but at the same time, if I only dress up, man, flip-flops, dude, I live in Florida. Flip-flops it is, man. All day.
I pretty much wear basketball shorts all year round.
That too. It's sweats and basketball shorts, that's it.
Yeah, I wear
Flip-flop.
basketball shorts all year round, man.
Look, no, excuse me here, Ross, a second. My balls need to breathe, sorry. I ain't trying to wear tight shit.
Yeah.
That's the same. Balls all day. Sorry. So, that's it. But yeah, Florida, since 89, and I pretty much, I gotta tell you, man, you know, as much as I love New York and I appreciate my birthplace, I don't really remember, like, every time I go back to New York, like I went a couple years ago with CG, it looks more different every time I see it. Like, it looks like almost unrecognizable at this point for me. I went to Brooklyn on the same trip, and I was like, I'm born here? Like, this is clean. Dude, when I was in Brooklyn back in the 80s, it was fucking dirty as shit.
Yeah, I mean, they've been putting a lot of money into Brooklyn or whatever. It's a hipster's paradise now.
It is. It really is. Yeah, that's what I noticed about it too. How was your Thanksgiving, guys? Roz, how was yours?
My Thanksgiving was cool. I had Indian food. Yeah, there was no cooking, and I went out to eat, so it worked out well.
What kind of East Indian or West Indian? Because there's a big difference.
I feel like my hands are tied on this question.
No. What means why is it tied? There's a difference.
I don't know. I feel like you're going to condemn me when I make my answer, but it was East Indian.
Yeah, I'm gonna condemn you.
Okay, you are or you're not?
I'm going to because remember my heritage is West Indian, so.
Okay.
My parents are Trinidad. So.
I'm learning so much about you today, dude. Like, I feel like I need the EJ manual. Can you send that out after this call?
You need the EJ manual? Excuse me?
Yeah. I didn't.
Oh, God.
That was good.
You get it?
But
You fell right.
I gotta pat myself on the back for that.
You fell right into that one.
Oh man, that was good.
She's called me a shit quarterback. And by the way, I can say that. I'm with the Florida State. I'm a Florida State fan. I can say that shit. That's on the record. No, West Indian food is the best in my opinion. I'm nothing against East Indian food, but West Indian is where it's at for me. Like
okay.
West Indian
I'm sorry
curry,
to disappoint you.
Like West Indian curry, it slams East Indian curry in the face. Just saying.
I apologize. I didn't mean to.
What you apologize? It's you, man. It's your Thanksgiving.
My food choice on Thanksgiving. Many apologies to you and your West Indian people.
Wait. Did you cook it or did you like somebody brought it to you?
No, I went to the singular restaurant that was open in Memphis, and Indian Palace was it, and it's like the best Indian food, I think, in the region. They got some weird, crazy rating. That's awesome. So yeah, I went out and had it.
Now you know my cousin lives in Memphis also too, right?
No, I didn't know. What is happening today? I didn't. Why haven't I met this person?
That you knew already. I told you a couple of years ago. Probably didn't remember.
That was before we got so close.
She lives in Germantown.
Oh, okay, wonderful.
Yeah,
I could have just gone to her house. What's up with that? Why didn't you tell me?
I did tell you. There's no fantastic. That's all. Again, Ross is busy, superstar. Come on, when we do. I mean, you know, make time for me. By the way, this is happening. This is going on. I'm from New York. It's on the record. Squeeze into your time, a little bit of time you have left for, you know, you, me, and G. Well, I'm sure you have time for G. Me, not so much, but you know. G, how was your
whatever?
G, how was your Thanksgiving? First one married, by the way, too.
I went to my wife's cousin's house in Connecticut, and I was sent downstairs because I was making too much noise watching the Bears game.
Of course.
So I got sent downstairs to watch the Bears game, and then that was pretty much it. You know, my Thanksgiving was pretty uneventful. You know, I mean, when you eat white people's food on Thanksgiving, it's not the same as like Spanish people. It's really not. So,
okay, I am in no way a racist person at all. You see my family, obviously. I'm not.
I am.
But I will say this much: where my biases really shows is Thanksgiving time. So my family, we do, you know, and it's been for the last 10 to 12 years, to be with my wife now, you know, we do the whole, in the mornings, watch the parade, which I really don't care about, but I do it for her because I love her, my kids. We watch the parade, all that. I make the breakfast, all that. And then we do like a little lunch here with her mom at the house with me. And, you know, typical white person Thanksgiving. A little ham and turkey and a little sides, the usual sides, green beans, all that bullshit that I really don't care about. Okay? And then later on at nighttime, we'll go to my mom's house or whoever, my family, all from the Caribbean, so it doesn't matter, same kind of food. And the food upgrades fucking 100 times because obviously, you know, that's the food I prefer. Again, prior to me getting married, my, you know, Thanksgiving for me was the best because I always had just that. I'm used to having, you know, because with the Caribbean, we don't do, first of all, I think turkey's the most overrated dish in the history of Thanksgiving. I don't know why fucking turkey even exists in Thanksgiving anymore, you know. But the food we have on our side, we have, you know, jerk chicken, curry chicken, you know, oxtail, you know, rice and macaroni pie, all that. The diversity of what I experienced for years versus what I get now in the mornings of my family is twofold, man. It's crazy.
It's like that. Like I don't mind turkey, but it's more about the skin, you know, because all the seasoning and shit is there. So
yeah.
I'm that gross dude who gets the piece of turkey that has the little skin on it. That's what I want, you know. But once again, that's really. I mean, I don't know, if you're white, I just assume if you're not Italian, then there's nothing you can ever go cook for me that I want to eat.
I agree.
You know,
I totally agree. Ross, is that wrong? I agree with you.
And honestly, and if you're Italian and you can't make a good sauce, then get the fuck out of here. Then you're useless.
I agree.
Like if you can't make a good sauce and you're Italian, then you're useless. There's not a single white ethnicity you can think of where you're like, oh my god, I want that food. You can't think of anything Irish that makes you go, oh man, I want that. Scottish, anything. I don't know what the hell they eat in Britain. You know, there's nothing. I don't know. The only people that make anything good that are white or Italian. That's it.
And honestly, if that makes sense, if that makes sense.
No, what about Greek food? Like,
well,
she's got to think about it. She's got to think about it.
I'm literally sitting here like going through my mind, like what other, like as I think about Europe. Well, exactly. I guess so. There's French fare, there's Greek fare, and there's Italian fare. Like, is there there's Spanish, like actual Spanish, not.
You want to hear something? The one thing the Greek people can do is the gyro, and not for nothing, those Pakistani people have killed it with halal stand. The halal stand killed the Greek gyro. Killed it. I mean, they really did.
That's an excellent point. I mean, wow.
Yeah, I mean, the halal stand has killed the gyro stand. Absolutely. There's no way you're going to tell me a good gyro stand is going to beat a good halal stand. No way. No way.
I'll say as much though. If that makes me a racist, I prefer, you know, urban, you know, West Indian food, whatever, even Italian food over typical white person's Thanksgiving food. Then count me in being racist. Because I'm sorry. I mean, and I'm not. Even my wife agrees with me. My wife, who's white, prefers the food I do on my mom's side of family and my dad's side of family than what we do, you know, every year here. It's nothing against what we do here, but we are a lot more creative with the food. We have a lot more choices of bigger, you know, foods. You know, we actually infuse a lot of the American stuff too, a lot of the white American stuff there as well. But it has, again, white rice with kalaloo, which is okra and spinach, of course, together. You have we had a jerk turkey last week. We had turkey and jerk turkey.
Gee, what's your wife's take on that? Like, does she know that you feel like white people can't cook? Therefore, you're married to a white person.
She'd rather eat Spanish food all day long. She'd rather eat Spanish food and like once a year we go to my barber's barbecue. He's Jamaican, and his mother cooks up everything. She loves all that.
Oh yeah, smart girl.
Yeah, she knows.
Very smart girl.
Yeah. And the one thing I will say, maybe I kind of shitted on the Irish too harshly, because the best burgers are always at an Irish bar.
Really?
So I'll give them credit for that.
Really?
Yeah, the best burgers are always at an
But
Irish
that's
bar.
not because that's not because it's authentic Irish, is it? I mean, I've never.
Burgers are burgers.
I don't know. All I know is all I know the math adds up. You go to an Irish bar, order a burger, it's usually like 9 times out of 10 you'll be satisfied.
You probably go to shit places then outside the Irish bar then. You probably go to shitty places, I guess. I don't know. I look at burger as a burger. That's it. I don't see an English burger or a Greek burger. I don't know. Burgers are burgers for me.
Yeah, exactly. I'm telling you, man. Like, whatever. This isn't a racist topic. I'm sure white people. You know what's funny? You never see white people say, "Oh, let's go to the Greek restaurant." They're like, "No, let's get Thai. Let's get Chinese. Let's go to the Mexican place." They never want to eat their own shit.
That's so true. I never thought that way, but it's so true. That is so true. And man.
All I dated is white girls. And, like, pretty much, whenever they want to take me to a restaurant, it's some stupid shit that I would never eat. Because me, I'm just a basic dude. Like, I had one girl take me to a Thai restaurant, right? She's like, "Oh, you want to go to a Thai restaurant?" It was our second date, right? And I was like, "Whatever, you're paying, right?" She was like, "Yeah." I was like, "I'm not paying for shit if I don't know if I like it, whatever, she paid." And then...
Wait, you made her... Wait, G, you made her pay?
What?
You made her pay?
Yeah.
Oh, God. My heart was
fucking mess.
Go ahead, Ron, sorry.
My heart gets broken every time I hear I only date white girls. Like, every time I hear that, just a little more of me dies.
Because he swarmed. No. Well, you know what it is, though, after a G?
We've had this conversation many times, so
yes,
I get G's point of view. Like, he has a very specific, thing. I'd be lying if I said every time.
Did you have a type? G, you have a type? I think you have a type.
White. He has a type. It's white.
Yeah, I mean,
his type
you know what's
is
funny
white.
though? Like, you know what's funny though? Like my type typically was, for the most part, just real bitchy white girls. Like, I don't know why. Like really stuck up white girls were like the ones I wanted to get.
I think I know why. I think I know why though. I think I know why you had that type for a while. I think I know why.
It was a challenge.
Yeah, straighten the ass out.
yeah, exactly. Because basically, like when it came to those girls, like I knew I was not their type, but in a month they were going to be sweating me, and it was just an ego boost for me. I didn't really care. Like, whatever. After a while, I'm kind of over it, but whatever. That's just me, though. That's just me and my prerogative, all right? Oh, but anyway, I didn't finish my Thai story. It's really quick and disgusting anyway. So when we leave this Thai restaurant, I can't remember if I even liked the food. I know. I eat like a pig. I kind of just swallow my food. I don't taste it. I'm one of those people. So as soon as we get in the car, it's like, "Oh, what do you want to do?" I was like, "Listen, I'm driving to my house. I gotta take a shit." So I literally head home. I parked in front of my house. She stood in the car. I was like, "I'll be right back. I'm gonna probably take a shower after this." Left her in my car. Went home. Did what I had to do. Took a shower. And took her out the rest of the day. I was like, "Yeah, we're never doing that." I'm glad I didn't pay for that shit.
What?
Wow.
I believe you did that. She sat in the car.
What was I supposed to do? See, everybody says that. But what was I supposed to do? I wanted to hang out.
Why
with
didn't she
her,
come in? Why didn't they have, were you
No. She was not meeting my parents that way. She wasn't going to meet my parents that way.
That's
like,
true.
Well, my mom, dad, this is white girl number 5. I'm gonna go take a shit in the shower.
Brittany, or Stacy.
Yeah, close. It was close.
Brittany or Stacy. Or
like,
Rebecca.
It's like,
Or
that's
Becca.
whatever.
They call
It's like,
Becca.
and,
It's simple.
and I always said the reason why I got into white girls, because like growing up, I was only around black girls, Spanish girls, even Indian girls down the block from me or whatever. That's all I went to school for about 8 years. And then I went to a totally different region in high school. My parents didn't want me going to the hood schools around our area, so she sent me to a hood school in someone else's area, which I don't know why, but it was like a lot more white people, and I was like, whoa, wait a minute, this is a whole new world for me. Like I only saw y'all were on TV. I never seen you in real life.
I probably said
I became obsessed.
I probably said this before in a podcast a couple of years ago, but I was always a safe black guy with the white girls. Oh, he's cool. He's safe. He's fine. He's not thug. He's fine. He wears Docker polos and Dockers.
Have you also only dated white girls?
Me? Mostly.
Yeah.
Mostly, but no, not only.
Okay.
No, but I don't have a type. I just care. I don't give a shit personally. You can be black, white.
I have a question, Rod.
Yeah.
I have a question for you, Rod. When you say dated, what does that really mean?
I mean,
what does that
really
mean?
To G, maybe something.
Well, let's be clear. The ones that you take out in public and you pay for their dates and you take them to regular people stuff, those have mostly been white girls. That's the question I'm asking. And I think for both of y'all, that is a yes. Well, I mean, because
I feel like you're going to tell me. I've never dated.
Listen, I feel like you're going to tell me you've banged some Puerto Rican chicks and some black chicks, but the people that you've actually like gone out with over several months, they've met your parents, have probably been white girls. That's the line I'm drawing.
Yes? Honestly, the only girls who met my parents were actually legit girlfriends. That's it. They were only legit, and just so happened that those girls were all white, and there was only 4 of them. I only had 4 real girlfriends my entire life. All right. Like, let me state that. I've only had 4 real girlfriends my entire life, but all 4 of them met my parents, and that's probably it. Like, I wasn't the guy to force something. I'm like, oh, you gotta meet my mom? I don't want my mom meeting on these bitches. Like, really, why? What was the point of that?
I agree.
Like, my mom, my mom pretty much knew the kind of person I was, so why would she try to get close to any? Why? She never asked, and I never brought. And if I brought you around, then it meant I was serious about you. If not, then you knew what it was from the start. And you didn't necessarily have to be white.
Basically, G is the guy parents warn you about.
Exactly.
Oh, yeah. Basically.
Like somebody's mom is like right now going to hear this and be like, see, if he never takes you around his parents, then you know he's not serious about you.
It's the truth,
quote unquote, G. Celia.
I'll tell you what, G makes me thankful I don't have a daughter. Seriously. I
Are you done, bro? Like, you might not be done.
No, we are done.
You might have a...
Oh, no, we are done.
Oh,
her and I both are agreed to that. We're done. No, look,
Did you get a vasectomy?
No, my youngest son, drives that point home every time he gives me shit. I mean, every day it's a challenge with him. So he's a blessing because he reminds me every time I think about having a 3rd kid. No, we're good. It was enough.
See that, and my mentality is like I only want a daughter. I don't want a son at all. And I want a daughter because there's no way she's gonna grow up like an idiot with me as a father. So
we didn't know you wanted kids. This is all a surprise to us.
Because every podcast I check in, I ask the update on G and Christina and what's going on with you guys, the baby making stuff. And he's like, no.
No, because that's because I'm selfish. I just want to watch football and drink beer on my couch in my boxes and not play with any kids. I don't want to explain anything right now. But
I want a daughter.
Yeah, it's like, but if the time comes and we have a kid, I just much rather have a daughter than a son. Like, I really don't want a son. And granted, if it happens, great. But I don't really want a son at all. I want the less
resistance as I get older. So sons for me are perfect because I'll take the bullshit now because they're tough as kids. As they get older, boys be boys, they can raise themselves and all that. You trust them, whatever. Girls, I gotta worry up a fucking storm and lose more hair. Nah, I'm good. I want boys. God knew what He was doing with me. Definitely. Like, I just want a daughter.
But you don't. Like, if you raise your kid right, you ain't got to worry, man. If you raise your daughter right, you ain't got to worry.
Well, right, but again, I know how guys think. I know how guys think, and that's me in my mind all the time when she's going to school. I'm sorry, dude. No.
Like you know how many times I told Christina, and Christina's like, you won't do this. I was like, you out of your damn mind. I was like, when it comes down to talk to my daughter about guys and how they act, I'm gonna be like, why don't you ask your mother how I first approached her?
How did you? Wait, how did you? Let's hear the story.
I'm not spreading that story outside of my family. But I'll be like, ask your mother how your father, who you see as the perfect human being, because I'm only going to be perfect to my daughter, you know? Because as a man, that's what you should do. You should put that example of what a man should be.
Rosalyn, ask G how he approached Christina.
Well, I can't do it now because he's not going to tell the story, and I don't want to put him at a...
Maybe if you ask him, he'll say it. Me ask him is fucking like you're a jerk.
No.
He's not going to tell the story.
Ask him,
and
Ross,
you know,
never
I
know.
support that because I'm always saying, like, everything, y'all just get to talking, like, you tell all the stories. So I support G and his desire not to tell it.
Ross,
no. I would never tell that story, but it's like, but when it comes to my daughter, you're damn straight. She's going to get the real story. When she's of age, she's going to get the story. And she'll be like, damn, Dad. I'm like, yeah.
Now I want to know. Now I love.
And I'll be like, look at her. She still won't leave me.
I want to know now. I want to know off the record now. Shit.
Nah. It's like pretty much like me and Chris always talk about it. We weren't supposed to be together. You know, we weren't supposed to be together. It just happened. You know, we definitely weren't supposed to be together.
How does she? How does she put up with you, dude? Seriously, how does she put up with you? How does she do it?
She stays 4 hours at work. She stays at work really long.
That must help because I love you to death, bro.
She's in no rush to get home. She's in no rush to get home. That's how.
You know I respect you a great deal. I love you to death, man. But Jesus Christ, you got to be probably a problem to be with.
You know what it is? What gets her upset is how I'm so nonchalant about a lot of shit. Mm-hmm. You know, like even serious shit. I'm like, I don't know, whatever. I don't care. Because I really don't care about a lot of shit. I don't. Like, I just think so many things we worry about are so trivial and we stress ourselves out over nonsense, really. That could be resolved.
That I agree with. 100%.
Yeah, so like, I'm like, I don't want to hear it sometimes. Like, I'm just like, do whatever you want. And like, she hates the whole, and Roz, you could probably attest to this, because girls, I think, just hate it. When guys like, whatever you want to do, I'm fine with it. Girls hate that.
Yeah, that's true.
Girls hate it. Like, you know, if it comes to getting a car or moving, yeah, whatever you want to do, I don't care, whatever. Because I literally don't care. I don't care.
I'm turning more into logic. I'm turning more into logic guy over emotion guy.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm with you in there a little bit.
Were you used to be an emotion guy?
Like,
I used to be a little more emotional with certain things. Like I used to care too much that things doesn't matter. Now, fuck it. Like the Giants suck. Okay, they suck. Who gives a shit? Doesn't matter. They don't pay my bills. Like shit like that. Like, and same thing with life. If it doesn't affect me necessarily to the point where sometimes things happen. You just have to go. I don't know. Not to get all Gary V on you, but just fucking move past it. I don't just fucking.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm just
tell people.
People make too much things about like the same thing with politics too. Like, look, I'm not a Trump guy at all, but has your life really changed in 2 years? Honestly,
exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Come on.
And I tell people the same thing. I'm like, yo, like I hate Facebook because all you see is your friends arguing with each other about Trump and all this bullshit. Like, I'm like, yo, don't you feel like you're just running into a brick wall every day when you post something about anti-Trump or supporting Trump? All you're doing is running like headfirst into a brick wall every day. Like, what's the point of it? You know, like,
dude,
what's
I'm
the point?
actually.
You're not gonna one day convince all your friends that you're right. You know, like
yeah. No, dude, and Roz, I'll tell you this now. I hate saying this, but I've started like muting people I'm close to who do that shit. Like I started muting them on Facebook. I had no choice. Like it's too much.
Well, I mean, you sort of just have. Listen. We're all entitled to our very strong opinions about whatever and however. But I really have a hard time believing that your Facebook post is gonna, shift someone's entire opinion, and it's going to, and when it's in contrast to the way they were raised and the way their influence has gone over their whole life, like, I just don't know that that's gonna happen in a Facebook post. I don't mean to sound all like, totally like a bummer, but hell, I just don't know if that's going to happen. So you're literally watching people, like a thing will happen and then people will say, see, I hope you're happy now. Racism has won. It's like they wanted racism to win. There's not like, oh, so-and-so won. Yeah, because they wanted him to win. Like the majority of the people wanted him to win. And the people that voted for him, they're happy. You're not going to make them feel shame because you're pointing it out. It's weird. I mean, Facebook is a weird place. But in fact, this entire, the way we've come to these like debates all the time. That's all we do.
Yeah,
that's all that's on TV. That's all that ever happens anywhere. It's a bunch of people just arguing about stuff, never trying to change. And you're never going to change the other person's mind. Seriously.
That's what I'm saying.
Not that way. It's not you can't do it.
Right.
But that's not the way you're going to do it.
Mm-hmm. And Ross, my large point is this. It's not even about what they're saying. It's that if all you have to show me every day on your Facebook is liberal this, liberal that, liberal this, or conservative this, conservative that, or one track conversations, it's not even about whether I agree or disagree. It's all annoying now. Like, do you have anything else to talk about? Anything else to talk about besides?
No, that's the thing. There's nothing. There's nothing else to talk about except for this stuff.
Dude,
the clown show.
So
dude, bro. It's gotten so bad. My parents are like heavily into this shit now, and I love them to death. I warn them. You keep posting something, I'll mute you. Sorry, I'm gonna mute you.
Yeah, my God, my mom's on Facebook. She's always doing that shit too. I'm like, man, y'all need to stop.
Anyway.
I miss the days when like Facebook was just like about taking stupid quizzes to see like which Tiny Toon character are you? Like, I miss those days.
It makes you appreciate those days. I tell you that right now. Absolutely. Y'all.
I've only had to unfollow 2 people on social media, and nothing to do with Trump stuff. But I had to unfollow just 2 people.
Do I know any of them? I think I know one of them, right?
Oh yeah. You know both those bitch ass niggas.
Anyway.
And you see me get into it with both of those bitch ass niggas. So,
Still, all right.
Being all emotional and stuff.
Oh man.
And remember, if word gets around, that's not me being tough. Just prove to me you're not a bitch ass nigga. Then that's it.
Yeah. Exactly.
Stop being a bitch.
You guys looking forward to 2019, or is like whatever?
Are we doing what, and what?
No, y'all looking forward to 2019? Y'all looking forward to it next year?
Oh, 2019.
Nope.
Oh, my bad. Sorry. Yeah, I'm kind of done. I mean, I don't want to rush someone's time away. It's 2018. But yeah, I'm looking forward to 2019. Seeing what
was this your bad year? Was this your bad year, Ross? I mean, you don't sound so. You sound so like over 2018.
It wasn't bad, but I mean, it wasn't bad. It was intense, and it went by really quickly.
It did go by quickly. I will say that.
Like, I literally can still remember. I can remember on like New Year's Day, I was sitting in a restaurant and like I had just left a yoga studio opening and was then at a restaurant. And what I'm saying is I remember that so much like it was yesterday. Like, it has gone so fast, and it's been disorienting in that way. But also it's been intense. And so, yeah, let's see if 2019 can be cooler.
Yeah.
And if and what other Dwight Howard revelations will make their way to the forefront in 2019. Bring on the Dwight Howard news, dude.
I feel bad for that guy. We'll get it in a second. G, you're 2019. You're not whatever.
Stranger Things season 3 is supposed to be coming out. That's probably all I'm looking forward to in 2019.
You watched that show? You watched that actually?
Yeah.
I
got into it. That's probably the only highlight of 2019 I can see coming. Unless Jay-Z drops a surprise album or something, whatever. Same old shit.
Dude, and Roz, you'll probably...
Game of Thrones is coming.
That's right.
2019. You don't watch that show? You watch this, OG? I can't remember.
No, I don't watch it.
No,
okay.
Remember, he's against the trolls.
I don't either, but I didn't know if you did.
I'm not into dragons and
Wait, Roz, you don't watch that either?
And Magic.
I don't watch it. I really wish I did. I would love to, but when these things get past like a season, and I can see myself binging, like sitting in my house for a week watching 7 seasons of a show, it like sends me into convulsions or something. So in order for me to catch up, it would take too much work. And I just can't. I can't do that kind of work. I just refuse to do that.
Well, let me ask this, because we used to do this a lot on this podcast when you talk all the time about TV shows. You haven't been binging shows lately anyway, right?
I haven't, because I've been trying diligently to be on them when I should care about them. But that's the whole thing. I didn't start hearing that I'm supposed to care about Game of Thrones until like season 3, when people got really obsessive about it. And I'm like, I just can't watch 3 seasons worth of TV right now in a week. And I'm so obsessive, like I would probably try to do that.
Well, why is it?
And y'all would be calling me like, where are you? Let's rescue her.
Do you watch Power?
I broke up with Power this season.
Why? Wait, don't spoil it yet, because I'm actually a couple episodes behind. If there's any spoilers,
no, I didn't. No, I mean, I don't have sometimes I just do this thing where it's kind of like enough now. I do it with artists. I do it with shows. Power happened. I did it with This Is Us, and I loved This Is Us. I cried. I think EJ, you and I was gushing to you about the show, and I'm like, I'm over it now. I didn't watch the second half of season 2, and I haven't watched any part of the season.
And you're
I broke
done?
up with Jill Scott like that.
And you're done with This Is Us?
I just get done with people. I'm done. Like, it's over now. We broke up. Like, we went as far as we could go, and now Jilly from Philly, she's still amazing, and if she came in person, I'd go hear her, but after her 3rd album, I'm not buying anymore. Like, we're done now.
Wow,
so it's few people that I'll go the distance with.
When did you get so mean, Roz?
It's not me. Like, it's like you sort of like the emotional attachment to the thing. I just sort of just decide I don't want it anymore. And I didn't want the emotional attachment of This Is Us anymore. And Power, same thing. I was yelling at the TV and having these conversations about it. like, you know what? Enough now. I don't want the emotional attachment of Power.
I'm disappointed.
Every week.
I'm disappointed.
I just don't want it. No, I mean, did you watch that show?
No.
That seems like a thing G would have cussed out like every week.
Answer's no. I'll answer for him. No.
Yeah. G would have like made a podcast just to talk bad about Power every week, probably. That seems like a thing he would have done.
No, I've been wanting to, but then like a lot of people told me like these last 2 seasons have been kind of trashy, so I'm not going to try to get into it now.
The quality's gone down a little bit. I will admit it's gone down a little bit. But
that's why I'm like,
the first 3 seasons are definitely the best part. I think the show's never gonna end though. I'll tell you that right now.
You think what?
The show's never gonna end. It's gonna be never gonna end at some point. If not next year, it's certainly the year after.
Yeah,
I
think 50's already looking towards something else now. I think 50's trying to. He sees how much he could get out of TV.
That show's definitely peaked though. That show's definitely peaked. I'll tell you what. The last year and a half, I've actually gone. My TV watching has gone way down. I haven't really. I mean, I've honestly my binging of shows has been horrible. Like all those shows I told you I was catching them on for a while, Roz, that I've stopped, and I will at one point start watching them again. It's just that I do have time. I just don't want to put time into it. That's all. I just don't want to.
Yeah, like did you watch? We talked about House of Cards on here right before. Like,
course,
did you watch that? Like, I broke up with that.
I am not caught up with it.
I broke up with it.
I'm going to finish it eventually, but I did watch it, and I'm still behind by a season or so. But
Yeah, I mean, sometimes I just can't. I don't want to do the emotions of it anymore. Like, I'm done now. It's enough.
Wow, you sound so mature now after all these years. You sound so mature. Okay, moving on. Rosalyn Ross, maturity. All right, this Dwight Howard story. Look, I already given my thoughts on this a little bit, some degree this week on the podcast. I want to hear your guys. Like, because I'm not surprised. People think I'm crazy saying this, but I'm not surprised because it's a list of things, the drama in his life. Roz, when you saw this Twitter-a-thon by this transgender or whatever person we're gonna call it, what was your reaction when you saw this?
Well, it was a lot. There's a lot here, EJ. First of all, I don't want anybody's life being threatened. So let's just, the fact that you would go and do a thing, like you ran around with this person all this time, and then you decide that you are embarrassed by it for whatever reason, and then you call out some goons to threaten the person. Like, let's not do that. Like, so I have a huge problem with that. Like, dude, you did it, and you didn't want anybody to know. You maybe shouldn't have done it, but don't kill the person or have, like, your pastor threatening the person. But what the funny thing about Dwight Howard to me is, two other points I'll make about this. Okay. Two funny points. First is that, it was a huge deal when you remember when he was getting ready to go to the league and it was like, oh, I'm a virgin and I come from this very strict Christian home. And then probably within 3 years, the stories you hear, this dude's got 5 baby mamas and he went from trying to live up to this Christian do-gooder image and almost sort of trying to look down on people, almost coming into the league I'm better than these dudes because I'm not gonna do the whoring around and all of that. And then the next thing you know, one of your chicks is on Basketball Wives, and then you got 5, 6 others, maybe 7. I think the last count I read was 7 baby mamas. And so he's a fraud to me in that way.
Of course.
But the other thing is, when I was on with Ray, the NOLA Pass.
Yeah. Great podcast. I heard that last week. Great podcast.
Oh, thank you. But we actually, and this was before this story, both of course, and we actually talked about how it's amazing how Dwight Howard went from a darling of the league to a pariah. The turnaround was super fast, it felt. And then after that, that conversation was almost prophetic because now he's just going deeper down in the hole. So again, he just feels like a fraud and a hypocrite to me. And I don't know if this story is true, but at the very least, we know he was not this choir boy that he wanted everybody to believe he was, which, why even give us that? Just come and play basketball. I don't care that you're a virgin and, I don't care. Just come and hoop. So anyway, that's it.
Gee, I'm sure you have some thoughts on this.
You know what's funny? I'm just riding off of 2 points of what Raj said. And, the first thing was, I wasn't surprised. I really didn't care when I heard the story because I think I'm kind of on base now with the whole, with all these sexual stories coming out. With anybody, if they're banging a transgender or if they banged a guy being a guy. And it's and I always said, when it comes to celebrities or sports athletes, I think there's a lot more skeletons in the closet than we'll ever find out, even about our favorite athletes or favorite music artists. And I always bring it back to a Steven Tyler story. Steven Tyler said, when you start hitting the road, all these girls want to sleep with you, so you're banging all these girls every night, blah, blah, blah. And then you kind of get bored of one girl, so it ends up being 2 girls, 3 girls. And then, you get bored of that, because your sexual appetite has to be satisfied to another level, And he goes, oh, then one of the girls oh, can my boyfriend join? I'm like, yeah, sure. And that's just normal for those people. Because sexually they kind of experience everything. I mean, normal people like us probably, and I'm the man, and I've never even reached that level of sexual boredom where you're oh man, I gotta get crazy, I gotta throw animals in the mix. Or so, people do crazy things. I've never gotten to that point in my life.
You're insane, dude.
The other part of it well, I'm just saying. And then the other part of it that Roz brought up about how he went from being one of the top 5 popular NBA players in the league to now being a pariah or an afterthought. I really just go back to that of being he was too young, too successful, and too black too quickly. And there's always going to be a bunch of people waiting to drag you down as soon as you slip up. And you got to be smarter than that. And this goes back to something I remember when LeBron James, probably his 2nd or 3rd year in the league, and people said he became close friends. I got to mention this guy every fucking podcast, but it's the truth. He became close friends with Jay-Z, which he's still close friends with him. So they asked Jay-Z, why are you even cool with him? He's not playing in New York. He's in Cleveland. And Jay-Z told him, Jay-Z said, he goes, I saw what he is. I saw what he can be. And I said, pretty much, I'm here if you have any questions because people are going to try to tear you down because you're destined for greatness. Because you're black, because you're young, and the whole world's going to be given to you, there's going to be a whole bunch of people trying to take you down because they don't want to see that. And someone like LeBron James is smart enough to stay ahead of that curve his whole career. Dwight Howard's an idiot. I mean, really, he's a bimbo, pretty much. You know, he's not the smart guy in the room. Yeah, you know,
A
really,
bimbo.
He got ahead of him.
He definitely is.
Yeah, you know, he got ahead of himself. He got careless. You know, he got rid, and it all happened with the whole Orlando Magic moving out of there. Everything went downhill after that, and everybody picked him as the guy who broke up a franchise, who was singling out Stan Van Gundy. He became the bad guy. It was such an easy target, and it was like, damn, Dwight, you did it to yourself. Because after that, he was done. He was done after he left the Magic. His career was never the same.
No, I'm with you, man.
Well, he was foul in he was foul even in the way that whole thing happened, because he's like, you know, grinning. It seems like I wrote about. I don't know how long was that. 5 years ago, 4 years ago. Like, it seems like I wrote about this or like talked about it at the time. But the whole thing
was he in Houston at the time?
Was
he in Houston?
No, it was when he was the whole breakup of the Magic. Like when he was trying to get Stan Van Gundy fired.
That's 2012.
Like
That's 2011, 2012.
Yeah, he was. I remember vividly. Like this whole clip they kept running was maybe him. Talk like with his arm around Stan Van Gundy, talking about how amazing he was and how he loved him or whatever. And then he went out to a press conference or somebody had him on tape, but it was like so like backdoor shady. Like, oh, in front of Stan, I'm acting like this goofy person, but at the same time, I'm trying to get him out. I'm trying to put him out. So we knew then that I think it was the way he was exposed in that. It's kind of like, oh, this dude is. And sort of the same, and what we talked about last week is that sort of thing is kind of happening to KD a little bit, where we used to love on KD, but now there are all these people that are criticizing Kevin Durant.
Yeah.
He's becoming vulnerable to that in the same way.
Yeah.
See, but the thing is, Kevin Durant's doing it to himself. Kevin Durant's doing it to himself. Like, Kevin Durant kind of wants to be the bad guy all of a sudden.
He does want to be that. I agree with that, yeah.
Yeah, but... And not for nothing, you weigh $110. You're not intimidating. You're not that badass. Like, no one's scared of you. You know, like, really. Like, he has to be, like, I hate when he acts like a tough guy. Really. I hate it.
Yeah.
I hate when Kevin Durant acts like a tough guy. It's just such a facade. It's such a phony thing. Like, he's forcing it. You know, like, when LeBron wanted to be the bad guy, it was so much cooler. Because he was laughing the whole time. You know, Kevin Durant trying to ice grill everybody. It's just not working.
And now he's, like, calling out fans on sidelines, you know, shut the fuck up, watch the fucking game.
Dude,
like, really, dude,
bitch,
shut
man.
seriously.
He's such a bitch, man. Like, see, like, there's a couple, and I know KD got reach, but I'll fuck KD up. Like, those kind of people that I wish I could fight just to prove a point. Like, really, like Kevin Durant's not touching, like, he's not doing anything. Like, that's why I hate when athletes act like tough guys when you know they're not. Like, Kevin Durant is 100% not a tough guy. This guy cried and was like, oh, real MVP is my mama. Shut up. He's such a bitch ass. All of a sudden, he wants to tell people shut up and watch the game. Like, enough. I'm about to block him, too. I'm about to block him so he can join the other bitch asses.
I'll let him know then, so, in case he gets mad about that.
Yeah, let him know. Let him know.
Roz, I hope you've been plugged into what's going on in the NFL. This Baker Mayfield story and Hue Jackson is really fascinating, honestly. Baker Mayfield, of course, first round pick in the draft last year. Hue Jackson was the coach of the Browns, got fired about a quarter year in. Hue Jackson then gets hired by the Cincinnati Bengals about a week or two later. The Bengals and Browns do play this past weekend. Hue Jackson, tries to approach Baker Mayfield on the field to congratulate him, whatever, say hi, whatever. And Hue Jackson, Baker Mayfield, of course, ain't having any of that. Has some comments about Hue Jackson being a fraud and all this stuff. Your thoughts first on this whole situation. Who do you side with on this?
Hue Jackson and Marvin Lewis need to be both sent on a rocket and just flown somewhere and never come back because they're both useless human beings. Like, both of them are just useless. Like, I don't know how they both stay employed. I don't get it. I just don't get it. And for Baker Mayfield, like, this doesn't surprise me either because this is who he is. We saw it in Oklahoma. Like, he kind of just speaks his mind and he does it nonchalantly because that's really who he is. He's not trying to be phony Baker Mayfield. I mean, not for nothing, like, he's embraced Cleveland, He's embraced the franchise, he's embraced his teammates. Yet, he's pretty much keeping things together. It's just really Baker, and people gotta give him credit for that, But, I mean, for me, this is the kind of stuff he said in Oklahoma that always got him in trouble. You know, he would talk about other teams or talk about people around him. Like, he's just outspoken, you know, which is, it's refreshing because he's not like rehearsed. You know, he's not one of these rookies that are coming in like PR trained and giving like a Marcus Mariota type, you know, just giving just bland answers. Like Baker's he doesn't care, you know. And Hue Jackson just got to go. I've had enough of seeing him on NFL sidelines. It's just
I was saying on the podcast yesterday, my boy Zach, I've never seen a guy who's won only 3 games in 2.25 years get so much national press and pub like this. It's insane.
Well, now, EJ.
Go ahead.
Yes, you have. Well, 3 games is definitely on the low end of this equation. But, you know, what we know is, and see, this is when the dichotomy of being black, being a black person shines through. Because what we know is white head coaches there are several that have existed in mediocrity to full on, like,
Disaster.
Loserville.
Yeah.
And continue to get opportunities. So I understand the frustration because it's the frustration I've had in watching these white boys get these chances over and over again. I do think Marvin Lewis has been dwelling in this place of futility for far longer.
Wait. Futility? I don't know if it's futility, Marvin Lewis.
Not total futility.
Right.
But how though?
mediocrity.
Mediocrity
And disappointment, I would say, fits Marvin.
And exactly. That is far more accurate. He is so disappointing, because even in the years when they do well, somehow they disappoint you, like they fall apart. And the other times they don't do any, like you're just looking at them like, why does he still have a job? Hue Jackson is like, he's probably had worse seasons, but he hasn't done it as long. So that's my even the playing field on that comment. However, I do agree with G in that I exist in this place where I like players to either be all on unscripted or completely polished in PR. Like I'm actually cool with them being totally PR'd out because there's a technique to that, and I love to see it when it's done really well. So I'm cool with the fact that he's a loose cannon. I'm cool with the fact that he didn't want to be bothered with Hue Jackson. Like sometimes you're just kind of like, we're done. Again, like I break up with people. Like, you're done.
Yep.
Like I'm done. I had my time with you where I was supposed to be nice and respect you.
Wow, Ross
I don't have to
mean
do that
now.
anymore.
2018, late 2018,
No, it's
Ross
not
and Ross
me.
mean
No.
as hell. God, I'm
But
done
I'm
with
just
you.
saying, like, not to go back to
And
the
also-
KD, not to go back to the KD comparison, but kind of. Like, people are all in like, I can't believe Draymond, said the thing. And I was like, dude, this dude should not be talking about, like, going to other teams. Like, he should figure out how to PR those questions away. And I'm the dude that recruited you here. So respect where you are now or shut the hell up. Like, it's cool to me that that's his opinion. And that's the same way I feel in this situation. Like, he doesn't have to love Hue Jackson, especially given the futility that he has. That Hue Jackson has dwelled in and drug everyone along with him.
Yeah.
But what I didn't get is some people were just attacking Baker Mayfield, saying, "Oh, that's immature. That's not the way you do it." Meanwhile, Hue Jackson was pretty much throwing subs at him the whole time. Every time he was getting interviewed, saying, "Oh, these aren't the guys I wanted. Oh, I wanted Deshaun Watson, or I wanted Patrick Mahomes." Like, those are just shots at your quarterback. So, like, so why isn't anybody defending Baker?
No. I
don't understand why people protect Hue Jackson at all. Like,
No,
at
right.
all.
No, I'm with you. I appreciate Baker Mayfield's. No, I actually appreciate Baker Mayfield's competitive nature. That's cool. You know what I mean? I like to see some athletes that are not PC. That say what they don't say one thing. I mean, you said with Dwight Howard. Dwight Howard comes in here. I'm a Christian, and Bible, all this and that. And 3 years later, he had 6, 7 kids already. He pumped out. So I'm with you. I like my athletes authentic and honest. I just think that sometimes time and place is necessary. And I think, for Mayfield's sake, I don't want it to be a setup for him to be a failure later. Like if the Browns are good for the next 4 or 5 years because of him, this all works out from the end. But if the Browns aren't good, he will get a lot of the blame for this because of his actions too and the way he acts. So it all depends on the prism of how we view the Browns moving forward.
at the same time, you can't expect Baker to change because he's been the perennial underdog his entire life.
Right.
Walk on from college, he shitted on at Texas Tech, and then taking the job at Oklahoma.
He's
being undersized. And then to become the first overall pick. Like, come on, and he's worked that. He's done that. So of course he's gonna have that chip on his shoulder. So now he finally made it to the NFL, and his own head coach is saying he didn't want him. Like, dude, I would be so pissed if I was Baker Mayfield.
Yeah,
really. Don't shake my hand. I just whooped you. Don't shake my hand. I just whooped you.
My lone defense for Hue Jackson is this: once you fire somebody, you have zero right to be mad or dictate narrative. Go where the fuck you want to go.
Yeah.
That's all I'm saying. I don't think Hue Jackson will defend. It's the fact that you can't say, "Oh, he went to the other team." Dude, no, he got fired. Now he didn't leave the team to go there. Yeah. He got fired. That's the only thing I will defend Hue Jackson on. That being said, couple of things before I get you out of here. It is championship weekend college football. I am depressed because college football is almost over. The rankings came out 2 days ago. Of course, the 1 through 4, Bama, Clemson, Notre Dame, and Georgia, just like my 4. Do we expect any chaos, Roz? I mean, Roz, you've been following college football this year?
No. I wish I knew more about it. Tell me the 4 again.
Right now the playoff 4 right now currently is Bama, 1. 2 is Clemson, 3 is Notre Dame, 4 is Georgia, with 5 and 6, Oklahoma and Ohio State respectively behind. There's potential chaos still to happen. But
good job, Georgia and Notre Dame. That's
Georgia
nice.
plays Alabama.
That's a nice look in there.
But Georgia plays Alabama.
Okay, that's gonna be tough. Yeah.
I'm betting Alabama in that game. G, do you expect any chaos this weekend?
No, I expect it to all go the way it's supposed to be. I think Clemson's going to handle Pitt. I think Clemson's a 25-point favorite in that game. Then you got Bama. I think Bama will beat Georgia. Mm-hmm. And then like Notre Dame's not going to play for a month and a half, so we'll see how they show up in January.
Yeah.
And then, or is it New Year's? Or do they play the game on New Year's Eve?
New Year's Eve-ish, on the 30th, maybe. I'm not sure exactly, but around there.
Okay, yeah. Because I know people hated that last year. And then, and what's the other team? And Georgia, I think, is going to lose. And because of that, I think if Oklahoma beats Texas, it's an easier spot to put Oklahoma in. Ohio State's not going to make it, and Washington State blew it. There's no way Washington makes it. So I would say I think the only team that really has a chance is Oklahoma. And beating Texas for a final game would be a good way to get in because Texas beat them already. Texas is ranked. The only way there's chaos is if Clemson loses, which they won't, to Pitt. And what's funny is if Georgia beats Bama, Bama's just going to end up as number 4. And Clemson will move to number 1. Georgia beat probably 2. So I got Bama's in it. Even if they lose, Bama's in it. Right. Unless they lose 35 points. Bama's
and lose
in it.
Tua,
Even if they
lose
Georgia,
Tua, maybe. That's about it. Yeah.
I
think
the only thing.
I
was going to say the only thing I say about Ohio State, even though they've been kind of trashy or whatever, is that the committee has already shown a bias towards them. So if Oklahoma loses and Georgia loses, and Ohio State wins, it wouldn't shock me to see Ohio State. I remember Ohio State went in one year when they weren't even the Big Ten champion, and Penn State beat them. No one even understood how that happened.
2 years ago.
And Ohio State wound up in there. So.
Yeah, not only did Penn State beat them, they also won the Big Ten championship on top of that, and still got it.
Yeah, made no sense. Made no sense that year.
No, I disagree with the biases part only because of the fact that if the biases would have been having Ohio State number 5 instead of Oklahoma, no, I think they're showing you that Oklahoma's a better team than Ohio State, and Ohio State needs everything to go their way just for it to get in. They need to win plus.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. If Oklahoma loses and Georgia loses, I'm not surprised at all Ohio State will sit there.
Right. I don't expect any chaos. I think Oklahoma will take care of Texas, to really be honest with you. I think they'll cover the spread actually this weekend too against Texas, unlike last time they lost, and take their business. It is Giants-Bears week, G, so we hate each other this week. I mean, I hate you normally anyway, but this week especially is actually more touchy.
I hate you all the time.
Yeah, that's right, me too. So the feelings mutual, of course. I gotta be honest. Look. I'm one of those guys before the year starts. The Bears will be last place, of course. Now, your boy, Mr. Controversy, Raphael Haynes, said, no, you were saying this when they got Khalil Mack. I said, no, I said it before the Mack trade. That being said, I've been saying for the last 2 weeks that the Bears are my lock to win the division now, after they beat Minnesota about a week and a half ago. So the Bears they're really impressive. They'll get in the playoffs, whether it's going to be a wild card or win the division. I think they win the division personally. That's just me. Look at that Vikings schedule, you'll see why. But again, no Trubisky this week. I don't know. Are you going to the game?
No, I would never give money to Giant Stadium ever again. Fuck that place.
Why never again? Something happened to you again? Something to you before?
I've been to 2 Bears Giants games. Almost got into a fight both times. Those fans are the fucking worst. Never again.
Okay.
Never again. Yeah, never. But when it comes to the game, like I know, like a couple of Bears. I mean, we were talking about it on the Bears Ball podcast.
And you know that? You're a snowflake. This guy. Oh, never
what?
again.
I'm not a snowflake. They are the worst fans. Are you kidding me? I live
G
here.
also has this. But G has this other. Don't you have this other thing about like going to watch? Didn't we talk about this where you are like, there's no reason to go and watch a game because I can't see?
Oh yeah. Especially football. Especially football.
No, I don't enjoy going to football games. To be honest, I don't enjoy going to football games. I actually hate it. So I So I'll defend you there.
So let's go back. Well, why am I a snowflake? Go back to that.
Okay.
Are you gonna go back to that?
I'm just giving you.
You don't want any conflict.
No, I get it. I'm not trying to. Yeah, I'm just being a dick right now to you because it's Giants Bears week. You hate the Giants.
And I guarantee you, if we can find the people that I almost got into conflict with, they will tell you that your man did not back down, was ready to take the bumps. Your man was ready. So whatever.
Okay.
Ain't no. Yeah. Let me say, the first time I was there, it was me and my dad. And obviously my dad's a Giants fan. I came with my Bear shit.
Your dad's a smart guy.
Ago, Anthony Thomas, well, he's really a front runner, so he's really a Bills fan, I think.
Still smart guy.
So this is back when Anthony Thomas was the running back for the Bears, A-Train, and Anthony Thomas was killing the Giants, killing them. And the Bears had a shitty year that year too. And we ended up beating the Giants, and people started throwing food at me. Dude, ask me how I jumped on my seat and pointed at everybody wearing blue. I was like, the next person that throws food at me is going thrown over the fucking top rail. I don't give a shit. You know? I was like, enough of this shit. So my dad is there, this giant, my dad is hilarious. My dad just turned his head, didn't get up, just turned his head and said, yeah, y'all better cool it. I was pretty much saying, like, man, get me killed. And the second time I went with an ex-girlfriend. One of the kids I coached, his father gave me tickets to the game. So I went, and I don't know what happened, but like there was like Bears fans kind of spread all over the place. So like one of the Bears fans pointed at me, pointed at him, and these drunk kids all pointing at them. They're like, "Yo, fuck you and your bitch." I was like, "What?" So I went right over there. Yeah, I went right over there, and then like I will say a bunch of Giants fans held me back because they were like, "That guy's fucked up." Obviously, like to do that. A bunch of Giants fans held me back, and they're like, "Dude, don't stress it, man. Just enjoy the game." Yeah. And then this one guy was like, "Yeah, this is the only game you're winning the rest of the year anyway. Just enjoy it." So it's just not a fun place to be. It's a hostile environment. It's just not fun. Never doing it again. But let's talk about the game, though. Mitch Trubisky's probably not playing, and I'm actually fine with that because, granted, he's my guy. I love Mitch, but he's still learning. It's not like he's the glue that keeps this team together. Let's just pause all that. He's a step above a game manager, but let's be honest. Well, we beat the Minnesota Vikings, and what do you have? 165 yards, average 5 yards a pass, had 2 interceptions. I think Chase Daniel could do that. I'm sorry. I think Chase Daniel could throw for 160, 2 interceptions, and we could pull over a victory. I think he's capable of that. And on top of that, Daniel's been in the Nagy system. He knows the system. It's not like this is a brand new language or anything. He's not as athletically equipped as Trubisky, but he's not a dumb guy. He's been in the league for a while. I'm fine with it. We have more than enough talent on that. We have a great pass blocking offensive line. We can't run the ball for shit, but whatever. A lot of teams are just straight away from not running the ball now. And, we got great bunch of receivers. The offense will be fine. It's all on this defense. Defense talking all that shit. It's all on you this time. The team needs you to step up. It's a Giants team that EJ, I'm not even saying this because I hate the New York Giants. It's a Giants team that pretty much every week lets other teams they give other teams a chance to win, a chance to jump back in the game. The Giants do this every week. They've been doing it for the last 3 years. Even if the Giants are ahead of the game, they give the opposition many times to come back in the game. So the Bears should have it. Really. Enough.
Are you done yet?
I don't care. I'm done.
Seriously, are you done yet? Fucking, it's like a.
if you want, I could keep going about our
EJ.
Roz.
Yeah, like I can literally go on about how this defense doesn't have to blitz at all against good offensive lines, and we're going against your offensive line with a quarterback that can't move and has no peripheral vision. I could keep going.
You could go, but we're not going to go there because I know my team stinks. So trust me, you don't even remind me of that. I remind them of that every week. You know what I'm saying? So I know they stink. And obviously we have all off season to debate this whole shit with whether to keep Eli or not keep Eli next year. That's a mess in itself. Before we go, and I actually want to bring this to you, G, especially because I didn't make a comment about this on Instagram a couple days ago. I'm a big Queen fan, and I saw Bohemian Rhapsody a couple weeks ago. And I had my, I actually did a review on it actually on YouTube. You said that you heard that people hate it, so you're scared to watch it or something like that?
Well, it takes a lot for me to go to theaters anyway because I'm lazy as shit. I don't like sitting down and watching that. I went to see the Halloween movie, and I kind of regretted it as soon as I sat down. Yeah, like I won't really go to the movies for anything. I really won't.
I'm the same way too.
I was looking forward. I was looking forward to it, but then a couple of credible people saw it, and they were like, it was good. They kind of made him a little bit more flamboyant than he really was, you know. And it was like a couple of the stories were bullshit. It was like I was like, whatever, I'll just watch it later. I'm not interested. I'm fine.
I mean, no, I thought it was really. Well, first of all, Rami Malek was like amazing. So if you
saw it.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, yeah. Oh, yeah. I love Rami Malek. So first, that's A, because he kills in Mr. Robot, and I love Queen. So no, I mean, I'm sure some of the stories were like there for dramatic effect, for sure.
Yeah, it was.
But from really from a technical filmmaking standpoint, it was a really good film. Like, it's well constructed, had good highs and lows, and then his performance was amazing.
At Live Aid,
really was.
At Live Aid, yeah. It's like I said on my review, I did on part of my Filter podcast, and I spliced out a 5-minute piece out of that on YouTube. Check it out if you get a chance. If you are a casual Queen fan, I like a couple songs and they're a good band, I'll go see the movie, and you can appreciate good storytelling, it's a great movie. You'll love it. If you're a diehard, Queen fan, Freddie Mercury fan, like I am, I'm a diehard. You become critical to some degree. Like, some of the timelines are off in the movie. Like, some of the things are way off, which surprises me, of course. But then again, the storytelling purposes, they probably edited that. Like, when he found out he had HIV, first off, in the movie they make it seem like he found out about he had a disease before Live Aid, which wasn't true. He found out about the disease 2 years after Live Aid. Number one. Number two, when the manager Paul Prince, when he fired before Live Aid, he actually fired him in 86, not 85. So he actually fired him after Live Aid. And then there's one little one. This is the one I can't believe they fucked up on, especially too. When Brian and the band came up with "We Will Rock You," the riff, writing the song together, they had Freddie with Freddie's short hair and a mustache and all that, as though they were in the early '80s. When in fact that song was done in the '70s. In fact, if you see the video, Freddie Mercury still has long hair in the video. So that was off by about 2, 3, maybe even 5 years as much. So there's a lot of little things that if you're a diehard fan that you want
of that sounds devastating. Like now I'm disappointed. I mean, I love Queen musically. No, seriously, I love them musically. I don't know their timeline very well. So that though, but now I'm sitting here like, you got to get that right. Like, there's no way that you can misdate
of course
his AIDS diagnosis. And you can't misdate a song. Like, you can't, that's the whole reason we're watching.
To be fair,
is so we can learn.
Ross, to be fair, they never announced it as actually on the movie, like what year it was. But in the movie, they says they're in the 80s.
No, they made it seem like, they definitely made it seem like he was aware of the diagnosis. Like, in fact, he told the band before Live Aid.
Yeah.
Like, that was the whole thing.
No, they found out about, in fact, Elton John confirmed. Yeah, in fact, Elton John confirmed
this
year's.
Mistake.
Yeah. So
that's a big one. Like that, I would be disappointed too. You're hurting me now. Yeah,
sorry.
It's lazy as hell. Like, I'm dying now that you've told me that. But
gee, what?
But that.
No, I just said that's lazy on their part to do that.
It is lazy.
I mean, it's not that hard to get the timeline if you're doing a biography of somebody. It's not that hard to get
exactly. That's horrible. Like, that's probably
Probably the easiest part.
So they wanted to do the build up where. So now that I think about it, like dramatically.
Yeah.
You know, he's making a comeback and he learns he's got AIDS and this is going to be his last big showing.
Right.
Like that's. I get that you can't do that though.
Like
you
for me,
can't,
right? Like for me,
you can't do that. That's
right. For me,
yeah.
for me, Queen for me is like on MJ level, like MJ, almost MJ Metallica level for me. Like favorite bands, like my favorite band. So I know a lot more than just like the average fan. So when I see that shit, like I'm like, that's why I told my friends they cannot do Michael Jackson movie with me watching that shit. Cause I'll fucking, you think I'm better with Queen? Oh my god, I'll eviscerate a Michael Jackson movie like tooth and nail. So you can't do that. So,
well,
Queen,
also, like, who the
question.
hell's gonna play Mike? Like, who would play Mike? And who? I mean,
Johnny Depp will play Mike.
As far as
Johnny Depp will do it.
who would do it?
Yeah.
Johnny Depp will. Johnny Depp probably play the older Mike, and probably has other actors play the
You
younger
don't
Mike.
get the fuck out of here saying
Dude,
Johnny
you
Depp
understand
coming back
exactly? First of all, but also, do you know
Get the
how
fuck
people
out
are
of here with
going
that
to
shit.
die?
You gotta split
People
it though.
are gonna
You have to
die,
split it though. You have to
EJ.
split it though. You have to split it though. I mean,
Listen,
Michael
but
was,
people are going to die if a white man plays Michael Jackson. It's just like we're not
Can't do it.
we're not allowing that anymore.
No,
like we
no,
don't do
I
that
understand
anymore.
that.
Like without criticism.
No, I get that, but at the same time, you can split that though, like in two ways. The fact of the matter is, Michael Jackson's skin was white from 1987 on. Period.
Dude,
Well, 91 on.
I'm coming
91
out with
on.
the. I love Johnny Depp. I do. He's amazing. But I'm coming out with the biggest think piece, like longest
Oh no.
think piece ever. If Johnny Depp ends up getting cast to play like the late version of Michael Jackson.
I'm a diehard MJ fan, bigger than you, obviously. That's not even hyperbole.
What?
Trust me, I'm bigger
How
than
is that
you.
even no.
I named my child after Michael. Come on now, don't start that.
Listen, but what I'm talking, the implications of, first of all, having a white man play a black man, but also having a white man play a black man who everyone wants to tell me wanted to be white. Like, do you understand how that thing would get? It would never
That's
make
true.
it.
That's a good
It'd be
point.
like that Nina Simone situation with Zoe Saldana. Like, that just can't happen. That's what I'm saying. Like, Mike presents a conundrum for a biopic. Like, I don't think that can happen.
It will never happen. I don't think it'll happen.
But
and then me, I'll eviscerate the fuck out of it too. Because number one, who's telling the story?
yeah, you should.
Who's telling the story?
Yeah,
and who's
depends very much on that.
What's that?
No, I said it depends very much on who's telling it, and it's going to be the wrong person probably.
Right.
Also,
Gee, what happened to you? You
Yeah.
just dropped off. What happened?
I don't know, something, just whatever. I had a question though, about the song Bohemian Rhapsody.
Go ahead.
I have debates about this with my friend Nick. Like, and I think it's probably one of the most overrated songs of all time. I just think that song is just trash. And I like Queen. I like them a lot. I think that song is just garbage. Whenever I hear it, I'm
No,
like,
okay. Let me. This is what you and I. Okay, so I will agree with you on this one. People overrate it. Yes. Is it overrated? No. But I think because
I just don't
that's
get it.
the song people associate the band with. To me, number one, that's not even my top 10 favorite Queen songs. Number one, so let's get out of the way.
Okay.
So I'm one of
what's
those.
what's your favorite Queen song?
All
EJ?
God people.
Let's hear it.
All God people.
Huh? Okay,
The Innuendo.
That's
Check it
legit.
out. Or Crazy Little Thing Called Love.
that's legit. Wait a minute. What? Oh,
Crazy
okay,
Little Thing Called Love.
Legit.
That's actually
Yeah.
that's actually an Elvis tribute. To be honest, if you listen to the song, when I
It
first
is.
heard,
Yeah, I was gonna say that's totally. Yeah, but good job.
yeah, I'm a diehard Queen fan. So yeah, no, I don't think that song's overrated. But people, because many casual fans always attach that song to Queen, which are obvious reasons. The song's amazing because of the way it's structured. It's
Yeah,
an incredible song.
musically, it's amazing.
Oh my
I
God.
mean, I don't want to. Yeah, musically, that thing they did that. I mean,
And
also,
place
yeah,
yourself
it's really
in,
good.
and only that, but place yourself in 1975. Something like that was what was far wacky to be done back then.
I think that's the problem G probably has with
Right.
it, is that it's like wacky.
It's an incredible
Yeah,
song.
because I have no problem with songs that get theatrical or have different elements to it. Like if you listen to old Avenged Sevenfold, that's all they kind of did, and I love that stuff. But I don't know, this just seemed, it was just kind of like all over the place.
But
Like, I
again,
was
it's
just like,
over.
I don't know.
That was the point, though. That whole. If you listen to listen to that entire album, though, it fits that album. Like that whole entire album is theatric. Night at the Opera. It's a very totally different record. It's a totally different. There's operatic stuff in there. There's some like playtime stuff. I mean, that record's it's unbelievable. So that song
it's very
fits that
theatrical.
record so much.
Mhm.
If you listen to the album, you'll get what I'm saying. So anyway,
I'm not gonna listen to it, but all right.
I think you should actually. Because it's one of my top 10 favorite
He
records of all time.
won't.
You
won't.
should, G. That's a great record.
Yeah, he's
actually.
not going to do it. No.
Anyway, guys, it was fun. Wow, over
Yeah,
an
we
hour
did.
by. Unbelievable. Over an hour by. This is crazy. So before I let you go,
That's a lot of stuff we talked about in
Oh
an
yeah.
hour and 16
Oh yeah.
minutes.
Um,
Wowza.
Roz,
And I did not fix my garbage disposal.
you didn't
Thank
fix
you.
it?
I did not. I was unsuccessful. No, I punked out. Like, I unscrewed a pipe and water started shooting out, and I had to put y'all on mute. Like, I don't know what I'm doing. Like, somebody got to come in.
Well, before I'll
Somebody else
get that in a
gotta do
second.
that.
Give your I guess plug what you want to plug.
Yeah, let's see. So, Brian Banks, however, did we talk about Brian Banks on the last one? That was in Brian Banks. It's coming out now. It's got a theater date for
No, you
next
didn't tell me
year,
that.
August 9th. Oh, so Brian Banks, you know this because you're
Yes.
both sports guys. I hope you know this story. Okay, very good. So Brian Banks, the movie, starring Aldous Hodge and Greg Kinnear and me.
Oh, Greg Kinnear. Wow.
Greg Kinnear, yeah, Greg Kinnear is in it. He plays the dude who was instrumental in working with the Innocence Project to help clear Brian's name. So, and of course, Aldous Hodge plays Brian Banks, who is amazing in this thing. We have a theater date now. It released they've shown it to some NFL teams, and it went to the LA Film Festival and won the audience award. But now it has a wide screen debut premiere happening next year, August 9th, 2019. So
Right.
I'm very excited about that.
All right.
And yeah. Oh, and then everything else is my same stuff. Rosalyn R. Ross at Twitter and Instagram and Facebook. You can find me there.
All right. G, as always, I know you got a lot of things to plug as well, too.
I have a question for Roz first.
Yes. Yes, dear.
Did Greg Kinnear try hitting on you or no?
I was not on set with Greg Kinnear.
Oh man!
I was.
Why are you lying?
I'm already a fan of his. He would have been top 5 if you told me, yeah, he tried hitting on me. I'm like, good for him.
Listen, let me tell you what I did though. I'm going to tell you this real quick. So my two scenes were with Aldous Hodge. I played a reporter, and so when we got out, and Tom Shadyac directed the film. So Tom Shadyac, y'all know, is like the Jim Carrey whisperer. Like, he made Jim Carrey star Mask, Bruce Almighty, Pet Detective. Those were his films. Mm-hmm. So he directed this. So we get on set, and we're waiting to start shooting, and it's cold because we shot it last October. And I was doing a dance, like I was moving around dancing, because it was cold. I was trying to warm myself up. And so Aldous Hodge says to me, in our scene, we have to chase him because we're reporters and we're chasing him out into the street to get him to comment on something, right? So we were going to have to run. So I'm moving around while we wait to start the scene, to start shooting it. And Aldous Hodge was like, oh my God, you look so cold. And I said, it is a little chilly out. And then I said, but I'm sure the chase of you is going to warm me up. And let me tell you, everyone on the set died, and I couldn't figure out why they were laughing until I replayed what I said in my mind. And I'm like, oh, that was kind of crazy and forward sounding. So I was like, oh, I didn't mean it like that. But it was too late. I had already, even Tom Shadyac was looking at me like, it's too late. You did it now. So anyway,
the
cool moment.
Damage is done.
The damage is done. Like, I couldn't take it back, but I didn't have any Greg Kinnear time. Sorry. Or any Sherry Shepherd time either. She's in it as well. So, yeah.
Right. Okay.
I'm done.
Go ahead.
Superstar Rosalyn Ross doing big things.
No, stop it, please.
What do you mean, no, stop it. Don't do that. You do big things. G.
No, God.
Yeah, actually got to go soon. Follow me on Twitter and Instagram, GEESEWELIO, StreetSmartFootball.com. I got 2 games up there this week. I think it's the Pac-12 championship and God knows the other championship game. I already forgot the other game I already picked. It was definitely the Pac-12 championship, but I totally forgot the other game I did. Check out the Bears Brawl podcast on iTunes, Spotify, Stitcher, all that stuff from me and Mike Perez. And that's about it. I'll talk to you guys next time. I gotta go.
All right, guys. Great pod as always.
All right, we did it.
You got it. All right, later.
Thank you.